Bam, right there. How's it going, guys? Token vaping. So today's juice review is another flavor on a line that I was really excited to try, just because it's more of a. It's not a specific hometown. I was raised in New York, but I moved around a lot, and one of the states that I spent a lot of time in is Montana. Now, a lot of people don't, they think of Montana and they're like, well, why? Because there's nothing there. It's a beautiful state. There is stuff there if you look for it or you know where to look for. But with that said, it's not for everybody. A lot of things happened to me there, good and bad, and it's just a place that holds a lot of memories for me. So I don't, I don't call it my home state, but it's a state that's very important to me. One of the things that has come out of this state that is actually really, really cool is a company called VanVal Vapors. That's the name right here, VanVal. Now, I've done one review on them so far, and I was really impressed with their flavor for that particular one. The main thing that I have a lot of respect for this company is they want to put out quality juice. They want to put out top shelf, high premium, just like everybody else. The point is, and they say it right on their website. If you go to vanvalvapors.com, the main point that they say is, we're not going to charge you any more than we have to. We're not in it to make a butt ton of money. We're not in it to charge everybody an arm and a leg, because if the point of it is to enjoy the vape, to find a better quality of vaping, to find a better alternative, why are we going to charge skyrocketed prices and deter people from wanting to do it, wanting to try it, wanting to get back into it, wanting to enjoy, everything that vaping has to offer? I have a lot of respect for that. Now, before that gets me into trouble, I'm not saying that other companies don't care or that they're trying to rip people off. That's not what I'm saying at all. All I'm saying is the main message that VanVal Vapors is projecting, especially on their website and by word of mouth, is the fact that they care more about what is in the bottle than anything else. So that's why, they use the plastic bottles. They don't have super fancy, labels, things like that. They're not worried about all of that. They've spent a lot of time, a lot of research, a lot of testing, a lot of having various people from all walks of life try different flavors, things like that, to make sure that what they put out is going to attract and going to hold on to everybody that tries it. They're more worried about the quality of what's in this than what it is, what it looks like, things like that. So that's basically where they're coming from, and that's really cool. They were, I believe, originally based out of Butte, Montana. They did transfer over to Washington for a little bit. I think they said like a month or two, and then they're going back, but they're relocating to Bozeman, Montana. I believe that's right. Cool, really cool area. One of the main university towns for the state as well. So it's actually pretty cool. But enough about that. I'm not a travel agent. So this is their bottle, and now this is what's cool. They have two separate lines, and I was able to get a couple of flavors in each line, so I will be going into that. This is going right off their website. This is they have two lines. One is called the Seven Chakras line, and the other is the August 8th line. This is from the Seven Chakras line. Now, the other thing that's really neat about this is not only do they offer a couple of different sizes, they offer a boatload of nicotine options, and literally they ensure that they cover pretty much all spectrums of vapors, down to people who like smaller size bottles because they don't vape a whole lot, to people that vape a lot, so they offer larger size bottles, to literally a super huge range of nicotine levels that I have not seen in any other company to date. They offer the widest range that I have seen, and the reason that I say that is because, okay, size-wise, they offer a 17.5 milliliter, which is this, and I'll get to the point of why they're this small. They also offer a 65 mil, 125 mil, and a 210 milliliter bottle size. So that pretty much will cover anybody's vaping habits, whether you vape a lot daily, or if you vape a little bit here and there and you don't want to waste a lot of juice because you're not going to get to it all. They do offer various sizes. Now, and here's the kicker, get this. Nicotine level wise, and again, this is directly off their website, they go 0, 1.5, a 3, a 4.5, a 6, a 7.5, a 9, a 10.5, and a 12. What? That's insane. That is 9 nicotine options. I don't know of any other company that offers that many at once. Now, does that make them the best in the world? Realistically, no, because everybody has a different preference. Everybody has a different taste. Everybody has a different style. However, they knock out one reason as to why you can't try their company. One reason when people say, oh, they don't have my nicotine option because I prefer this or I prefer that. You can't use that excuse because there is nobody out there that can really say that unless you vape like a super high amount of nicotine, which realistically you really shouldn't because it really interferes with the flavor past a certain point. But I know people that vape like an 8 or a vape a 2 or things like that because there are some companies that do have oddball sizes. They have all of that covered. Now, the reason why, and I'm really starting to ramble about this, so let me get to this before this video decides to put everybody to sleep. The reason why I mention about this size is both lines, they offer a sample pack. And the sample packs come in this size here, the 17.5, which is actually really cool because it is a small enough bottle that you get enough to last you, at least 2 days, if not more, depending on how much you vape. But it's enough to try the flavor, to see if you like it, to work it through your day, to see how it holds up, whether it's your cotton, your coils, your taste buds, things like that. And they offer them in compact sizes like this, so that's actually really cool, and that was why I wanted to point that out. But this is the label here. It's really simplistic. It says the name of their company here, the name of the flavor. This is Albino Rhino. It's a 17.5 in a 3-nic for me. It's a max VG, which just basically means that through all their various testings for this and all their research, that the amount of VG that they put into this flavor right now is the maximum amount that will work best for this flavor without starting to affect the flavor beyond what they wanted to. And then it has all the warning and ingredient labeling right in here. And it does have a pretty solid security ring here to ensure that this doesn't just magically pop off. I could sit here and do this all day. So this is a first vape, first review. It is going on a fresh cotton wick right in here, as you can see. And the cotton of choice, as always for me, is Texas Tough Cotton. It just works really well. Holds up, especially if I keep it to one flavor. It just holds up and lasts quite a while for me. The main reason why I like it is the break-in time is almost non-existent. It pretty much does not matter, what I put on this cotton so far. I have yet to find a flavor that I put on this cotton and right off the bat I don't get more flavor than a cotton taste, and in a lot of cases I get no cotton taste. So definitely check that out if you are looking for some good wicking cotton. I will put the link for that in the comment box below. Now, as I stated, and I apologize, I don't mean to be talking super fast, it's just like I said, I'm trying to condense the amount of time my videos take, so trying to make them shorter to make them easier to watch, and I've literally rambled more about where this company is based in than I have the actual flavor. So the flavor for this one, for Albino Rhino, is supposed to be a rich cream paired with vanilla and layered with fresh berries. So basically it's a berries and cream flavor, and it's supposed to have a bit of vanilla involved in it. So let me go ahead and pop this open. And as you can tell, these bottles too, they come with a nice angled little tip right there, which, for some people, depending on what you're using, they might say that it's a little bit of a chore to use that, but you can always transfer it to a unicorn bottle if it really is that big of a problem. But that actually is a pretty nice little workable nozzle. Okay, so off the main inhale, I get a lot of vanilla off of that. So I'm hoping that if there's supposed to be a cream base to this and some berry flavoring, that the vanilla doesn't overtake all of that, just because I know vanilla is a strong flavor by itself. Because most companies nowadays are actually using a more realistic vanilla taste than they are just a vanilla type flavoring. And it's not like the vanilla, I guess the artificial vanilla. When they say vanilla, they're actually going more like the vanilla bean, and that actually is a much stronger flavor than the vanilla flavoring, the artificial version. So let me go ahead and get this juiced up, and I really do want to try to keep this shorter. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick pre-burn. Okay, so that's all capped up, and as always, I'm vaping at 75 watts. And this is Albino Rhino from VanVal Vapors. Okay, see? So I did get mainly flavor off of that, but because it is new, I want to make sure that the cotton is definitely saturated. But there isn't any throat hit whatsoever to that. So their Max VG definitely holds up for that. And as you saw in the first two hits, the clouds are pretty solid, you know, for a Max VG, as you would expect. But really smooth, no throat hit, no scratchiness or anything like that. Okay, so flavor-wise, if you're looking for something that has a really strong berry hit to it, I'll be honest, I don't get the berry as strong in this flavor. Now, the vanilla and the cream do actually make a nice flavor out of this, so you get a more creamy-based vanilla flavor. The tail end of it and the exhale does have a berry hit to it, so there is a little bit of a flavor there. However, going by the flavor profile and things like that, you know, I was just expecting there to be a little bit stronger of a berry flavoring to the juice itself. Now, this juice does come basically fresh made, so you do need to let it steep for a little bit before you try vaping on it. But you know, this has been sitting for at least a week or so, so it should have steeped pretty decently. And like I said, don't get me wrong, I like vanilla, I like custard vapes. So I mean, it's not a bad flavor for my palate. It just, the berry flavoring for this particular flavor is a bit weaker than it comes across, or as you would expect going off the flavor profile. So, you know, I would say it's a medium vape. If you like more subtle flavor vapes, it's not a bad one. Like I said, the vanilla and the cream part of it is actually pretty nice. However, if you're expecting a really hard shot of a berry flavoring, it is a little lacking in that department. Overall, though, it's still not a bad vape, regardless of that, you know, with the two lines, the various flavoring, the multitude of nicotine options and bottle sizes. It's definitely worth checking out some of the other flavors from this company. It's vanvalvapors.com. You can hit them on Instagram and Facebook as well. As always, guys, I'm Token Vaping. I'm here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest. Anything that I myself can do to help further enhance your vaping experience and make it more enjoyable for you, it's the only reason why I do this. So definitely reach out to me and let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. If there's a particular video that you're looking for, I will do everything in my power to make that happen. But until next time, always remember, truly love yourself, vape on, vape strong. Have a good one, guys.